Your vision is that we designate the cartels as a terrorist group.
I know the law enforcement side of this very well. We have to have new authorities to go after them, because trying to do what we have done for 50 plus years is never going to work. Our law enforcement model, leveraging Fourth Amendment, was never designed to take on the world's problems. And we've tried to push that out into the Middle East terrorism area, and it didn't work. So why am I trying to get the authorities for the foreign terrorism designation? Because it puts speed in the system. Three major things you get from that. First, you cannot be a terrorist in our country. It allows me and allows law enforcement to rapidly remove them. Now I don't have to work a 2-year case on them and to try to get them on drugs or some other thing. Do you see what I mean? I can get them out of the country very rapidly, quickly. There are tens of thousands of them here. Now, second, they're operating globally. This allows us to put them on no-fly lists. They can't move across the ocean, and we're limiting their mobility globally. And then third and final, you will hear from these experts that we've got to go after their money. We've got to go after their assets. Okay, I've got some insight for everyone. No shit. We've been doing that under the law enforcement model for over 20 years. The problem is the American public hasn't been told how slow our system moves. And we want that, all of us. We want that as Americans. But when we're taking on global problems outside the United States, I want to be very clear on that, outside the U.S., this will allow us to go after that money, to go after their assets real time versus making a 2-year case on them and then watching as they move those hundreds of millions of dollars from banks all over the world very rapidly, very quickly, and we can't keep up. This is how we win. It's not about war. It is about authorities that allow us to attack the networks, the lawyers, the accountants, the people you never hear us going after. Because as we have gone after the bosses for years, what do? They just replace them. So we've got to leverage network theory. And I don't go into this too much publicly, but every cartel is different. And how you go after the Sinaloa cartel versus how you go after CG&G versus how you go after those along the Frontera is totally different based on the structure and how they operate, and then attacking those key nodes. That's how those of us who have done it, who have gone after the Los Zetas and absolutely disrupted them, went after Cartel de Golfo as they went to war. We know exactly what needs to be done.
So basically you're saying if you designate them as terrorists, you can take your gloves off and actually get the work done.
There it is.